So a lot of you are probably wondering, Mackenzie, why do you know all this stuff? Why do you care about all this stuff? You're not a doctor. I definitely don't have the stomach to be a doctor. Get ready with me and I'll let you know why this is also important to me. I guess you could say for me, it all started in the small, small town of Bath, New York. That is where all of my family is from. And I say all, I mean all. But today I'm going to talk to you about my mom's family, the Hill family. In the Hill family, my mom's father was one of 9 children. Picture here. When I tell you that it's important to know your family history, that is because here's mine. In that family of 9 children, Uncle Eddie died at 10 of heart disease. Uncle Carlton died at 22 of a heart attack. He was working in the boiler room of the library. Uncle Don was 33 when he had a heart attack during a nap. Uncle Ray was 32 when he was mowing the lawn out front and had a heart attack. Uncle George had a few heart attacks, but his fatal one was when he was 61. Uncle Harold, lovingly known as Uncle Pee Wee, had several heart attacks and I think a couple strokes when he died at 67. So those are the uncles, but my grandfather, Lyle, he had a heart attack when he was 30. He was at the Elks Club dancing with my grandmother. They performed CPR on him, but he never regained consciousness. At the time, my mother was 6 years old. When they performed the autopsy on my grandfather, they found that this 30-year-old man, who had been an athlete in high school and a veteran, had the arteries of an 80-year-old. So my mom and her cousins had their cholesterol checked, and many of them did, in fact, have high cholesterol, but they really didn't have anything to do about it. So this simply became known as the Hill family curse. Everyone in town knew about it. Everyone in town talked about it. I'm doing this video and I have like 5 minutes before a meeting, so like I said, they had no way to take care of it other than to like watch what they ate. So in my mom's house, there were no eggs, only margarine, fat-free milk. Sounds super fun, right? But that was all they had. So fast forward many years, I have entered the world. You are welcome, Earth. My mom gets mine and my sister's cholesterol checked, and at 9 years old, my cholesterol is about 400. I don't care what you say about processed foods or food in America. There is absolutely no way that a 9-year-old can eat their way to cholesterol values of 400. Fast forward some more years, and my mom went in for a stress test because she was having chest pains. She was admitted at the age of 42 to have emergency quadruple bypass surgery. I was 14 and I watched my mom go through this very awful open heart surgery, all the while knowing that I also have the same disease that she has. I was a teenager that knew way more about cholesterol than my peers, out of necessity. There was never a time that I don't remember the word cholesterol in my house. We also drank the skim milk. We did everything we could. Statins were very expensive. My mom didn't take them because she couldn't afford them because she was supporting a family. There was not enough research yet for a pediatrician to feel comfortable prescribing one to me as a child, so they waited till I was done with puberty to give me mine. And let's fast forward a couple more years. When I was 22 and I had just graduated college, I got a job working on a cruise ship. For that job, I had to have a physical, so I went to the doctor. I grew up in a home where we didn't have health insurance, so I didn't have a regular pediatrician or a regular doctor that I had seen my whole life. So I made an appointment at the hospital and got whoever was on duty that day. And I was very lucky. This doctor walks in, you guys, and he had like a Van Halen t-shirt on underneath his white robes. He was young, he was cool. He like made me so comfortable right away. He looked at my cholesterol results. He listened to my family history, which very few had ever done. And he said, "You have familial hypercholesterolemia." And I was like, "What?" I had no idea that moment was going to change my life. I called my mom. I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this familial hypercholesterolemia?" I said, "No, I've never heard of that." My grandfather had a heart attack at 30. My mom had open heart surgery at 42. And that's not even counting the aunts and uncles and cousins that I couldn't get into because I don't have time. But it took me going to a regular checkup and getting lucky enough to have a doctor who knew about FH to say, what you have is different. Eventually, I found my way to the FH Foundation, now the Family Heart Foundation. And when I say they saved my life and the life of my mother, I'm not even exaggerating. Today, I'm 36 years old. I'm 6 years older than my grandfather ever got to be. When my mom was my age, she was already having chest pains. I specifically remember like going to Disney World and we couldn't walk very quickly without mom having to stop and take a break. I've never had that problem. I know there's a lot of hate out there for statins, but you know what? They've saved my life. I don't care what you say. The difference is grandpa died at 30 and he didn't have statins. I'm sitting here today with no chest pains. I have statins. I'll do another video on all the different drugs that are available because there are a lot of people who can't tolerate statins, and I am not diminishing that in any way, shape, or form. And it's through my volunteer work and now full-time work with the Family Heart Foundation that I even heard about LP little a. And I've told you guys that, like, basically nobody ever gets their LP little a checked. Well, I asked my lipid specialist to check mine and it was high. And then I asked my mom to check hers and it was not. So guess what? My dad, who thought he was scot-free in all of this, got his LP little a checked a couple weeks ago and it's high. So now I'm on a crusade to get that side of the family checked out. So, my sweet little nuggets, that's why and how I know all of this stuff. I've lived it. I'm a textbook case for FH. Name a barrier to care, and I've had it. And I don't want that for you. And I really, truly, sincerely say I could not have done any of this without the help of the Family Heart Foundation. And right now they're doing their race to save more hearts. This is part of my race to save more hearts, is bringing you content like this. So if you are able to and feel so inclined, go ahead to familyheart.org/race and donate. And have a great day.